Hey everybody, it's T-Rez here. Today we're going to be taking an in-depth look at my collection. Now, mostly I'm a Superman fan. As you'll be able to see momentarily, I apologize, the lighting in here isn't the greatest. Let me see if I can do something about that. There we go. Alright, so we're going to start over here. As we can see, we've got the big S on the wall. I actually got that off the Superman Man of Steel display at Walmart. And then coming on down here, we've got Lunchbox from, I think, Old Navy. And then we've got a couple of boxes here for statues that are on display. We'll be showing those in just a moment. We have the single fig Justice League Superman, who's got the, I've heard it called the rape face. Superman lunchbox, and then down here we have the Justice League multi-pack with the alternate head sculpt on the Superman. I don't know if we can get a little closer look at that compared to Captain Rapey up here. And then coming down here we've got the Superman New 52 suit, and this here was signed by George Perez at Comic-Con Chicago 2012. We've also got some of the artwork by a gentleman named Rack, R-A-K, and I've got that outlining there, this poster. I apologize if it's not coming through too well. And then of course on the door here we've got the iconic Kryptonite Nevermore picture. And then on the side of the display case, we can see here we've got a couple of banks. We've got a reactivated Superman. Now, the difference between the original that was put out and this one is the S. The original had the Earth 2 Superman S, and this one has the standard one. However, the rest of the fig is the same, and of course the card is different. We've got the Lucy Lane figure. Lucy Lawless. Now that is a cool fig sculpt. It is a great design. I do like what they did with the hood and the way the S comes through. Alright, down here we've got the Brainiac and the Supergirl from the Superman line that came out sometime around 2012. And I actually do have this entire set mint in box. I'll be getting to the rest of those in just a moment. And then down here we've got the Batman and the Superman from the Hush series. And then we've got the Flash and Superman Elseworlds figures down here. Now coming over here, we're starting with the Superpowers collection that I have. Actually got a really great deal on these. A couple of these I had to piece out individually. Firestorm, Dr. Fate, and Green Lantern I actually had to piece out individually, but the rest I actually got as a pretty good set on eBay. Did get some videos with, or some vehicles with it as well. You can see just back there we've got the Batmobile. We've also got the Probe and Superman's vehicle, as well as the Cablex boulder thrower vehicle, which is just over there on the side. And then we come down to the statue level. Now as you can see we've got some unopened things there in the back. And then we've got this really nice Flash versus Captain Cold here. That makes it a little bit better. That I picked up. And then we've got the Supergirl here and here. We've got the new Jim Lee Superman, a couple of different statue versions of that, and then of course we've got the iconic Hot Toys of Christopher Reeve, along with his Fortress of Solitude. Now coming down to the next level, this is the rest of that set. The Supergirl and Brainiac were in. I do have all of them on card. Cards, of course, showing a little bit of shelf wear, but there's not a lot you can do about that. I do like the fact that I was able to get the entire set, not only the Return of Superman, but the standard Superman ones that came out as well. Now on this level, we have our loose figs coupled with the new Man of Steel figs. And I do have the Movie Masters. I do have all 8. I've got all 3 variations of Zod. I've got Feora, Jor-El, and then all 3 variations of Superman. And then of course we've got our loose figs here that I've picked up. We got a Jor-El, Superman from the Movie Masters. We've got DC Universe. We've got the Super Friends Superman. We've got the new reissued Mego back there of Superman. We do, of course, have the new 52 Superman, which you saw in box just a couple minutes ago. I did end up purchasing 2 so I could have one to open. We do have the Alex Ross Supergirl, and then an open version of the Superman from that full set I've got. I've also got an open version of the Steel figure, which is probably the best Steel figure that I've seen. We've got the Lex Luthor from the Super Friends set, and then the Bizarro and Cyborg Superman from the aforementioned Superman set. Now down here, we've got kind of a mixture. We've got the Alex Ross Superman as well as the Superman in armor. We've got the Injustice, another one of the DC classics, the metallic finish. We've got the Superboy Prime, and then we've got the DC Classics New 52 matte finish figure in the, of course, the older card before they switched over to these new cards here. We've got a few Hot Wheels here, of course, mint on card. Actually, this is the beginning of my collection here. The monster truck Hot Wheels, you see there up top, that was actually the first thing I bought. I bought that back in 2002, I want to say, when I was actually working at Kmart. So that was actually the beginning of my collection. There's Superman's vehicle from the Superpowers line. And then we've just got some of the Infinite Crisis here, the Crisis figures. We've got the Golden Age Flash. We've got Superman, of course. We have Supergirl and Power Girl. Back behind that, we do have the, I don't know if you can just barely see it back there, the case for the Superpowers figures. I've also got a Superman record and a duplicate of that of this Superman here, which is also here in box. I got a duplicate in package back there. I got it for cheap, so it's always good to have a duplicate laying around, especially on the set that's that old and still working so well, or still selling so well, I should say. Okay, over here we've got my Superman lamp. Kind of hard to see with it on. We've also got the Christopher Reeve Go Forward tags that can be purchased. That every purchase does help out the Christopher Reeve and Diana Reeve Foundation. Here we've got the reactivated Kingdom Come Superman, and just on the other side here we've got the reactivated Green Lantern from the Kingdom Come series. Up here is some different variant of Batmans. We've got the Batman of Earth X, which very colorful. We've got the Dark Knight Returns Batman. We have the new 52 Batman. We've also got the new 52 Flash here. And then up here we've got some of my Blackest Night. Now, I'm not going to be collecting all of these, just for the main characters that I really want. Obviously I've got Flash, and I've got the 2 Superman and Superman Earth 2. I am currently trying to get a Wonder Woman. Looks like I should be winning my bid on the eBay, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I know you can't see it there, but that Flash is actually signed by Michael Rosenbaum, who voiced him in the Justice League TV show. Up here we've got the Trinity Superman. Now this is actually signed by Dean Cain. Let's see if we can get a closer look at that. Yeah, you can see there, signed by Dean Cain. And then we've got another set that I'm working on here. We've got the Classic Icon set. Again, I'm just missing Wonder Woman here. I am planning on picking up the Batman and the Wonder Woman for the Trinity, and I'd actually like to have them all signed by TV show. So I'm looking for, of course, Adam West and God, her name escapes me, but the woman who played Wonder Woman in her TV series. We've got here a picture of Christopher Reeve because he was Superman for pretty much everyone. We've got a nice distressed vintage-looking Superman sign that can be purchased at your local Menards. And then here we've got the New Frontier figures. We do have the Flash. We've got Batman. There's another one of those RAK cards that has displayed in the other ones. I've also got some hero clicks up here going with those. We've got the Batman. We do have the Superman here. And then we've got the rest of the series too. We've got Dr. Fate and the Martian Manhunter. Now, moving down here, we do have another of those distress signs. And we've got the new Green Lantern Injustice figure, which I really like. I'd really like to take it out of the package, but I'm not going to. But it's just, overall, it's just a cool fig. I don't really care for the Mattel line most of the time, but eventually, or occasionally, they have actually got some cool figures out there. This is the Green Lantern Stealth figure again. Not something that I'm going to be in-depthly collecting. I like it. I like the variant figures, basically. I like to pick up things that's outside the norm. I mean, I've got a lot of like the variant Superman figures, like the Blackest Night and the Armored and the Injustice. So I definitely like to pick up the odder looking figures because they're outside the norm and they look pretty cool. Okay, up here I've got another couple Mattel figures. I've got the Blue Lantern Atom and the Star Sapphire Wonder Woman. I've also got the Lego Batman and the Lego Green Lantern. They're battling it out. Got a couple more hero clicks here, and the Fisher-Price Superman Green Lantern that my sister had gotten me. Now we've also got the DC Superheroes stamp collection there. Alright, now for some things I've just picked up. I just got these two Robins. I actually picked up 6 of these. Not just Robin, but 6 of these new PVC figures. We've got a variant Robin here. We've got yellow cape and black cape. I'm not actually sure which one is the variant, because when looking it up online, I see a lot of the yellow cape, but I'm not seeing any of the black cape. So I'm not actually sure which one of these is the variant or which one of these is a mistake. But they're definitely cool figs. I also picked up the, of course, Superman fig. I do like it because it is the classic Superman. It does have the yellow S in the back, which I feel that I know that the new 52 does have the black S on the back, and I'm glad it's there. I hadn't cared for in the last probably decade. A lot of things that came out that was outside of the comic books really didn't have that yellow S on it. Here's the Green Lantern. And then we got a Batman placemat here and a Game Informer. We've got the Batman from the PVC. Again, it's a classic costume. I do like the gray and the blue. And I also miss the yellow ellipse. I miss that on Batman's costume. I realize they go for a more darker and brooding Batman now, and this was the more campy colored one. But that's the Batman that I grew up with, so that's the suit that I prefer. And I also picked up Bane. Now, these are pretty rare, it's looking like. It was the only one there, amidst of probably 15 Batmans. There was 2 Green Lanterns, 1 Superman, a few different Robins, and then this one Bane. That's pretty much the extent of the hero collection that I've got. I do have a couple other things. I got a couple of lightsabers. I do have a couple more things. I've got some cups up here. And, of course, the box for the Hot Toy Superman that you saw earlier. We also do have the Super Piggy Bank. I do like the banks. Because they're relatively cheap and they're kind of nice to display. I do also have some cups there on the side, and then on the outside of this door I also have another one of those Man of Steel shield symbols on the outside of this door to this room. Oh, I do have also, I've got just a cheap Superman hat and a Superman cape from Great America. When the Superman ride came out, they were giving these out. And I just recently replaced my Spider-Man clock with this Superman clock. And here's the other corner of the room. We've got R2, we've got the Family Guy Star Wars, Darth Vader. I do have a Chewbacca signed by Peter Mayhew in that case there that does light up. And then I've got, of course, the Return of the Jedi here. Alright, well, this is my first video. I hope you guys really liked taking a look at my collection. I am probably going to make another one. I'm going to try and get the lighting a little bit better in here. I do have a display case light on here. I've got one at the top, and I do have one at the bottom that really makes this thing light up, but I don't know how well it's going to transfer to video. So go ahead and leave comments, and thanks for watching.